environmentalists and distressing the fishing industry, President Obama's permanently protecting 5,000 square miles of ocean off the New England coast. It includes underwater canyons and mountains and is home to several species of whales, turtles, and coral found nowhere else on Earth. Recreational fishing will be allowed in the new national monument, but almost no commercial fishing, mining, or drilling.
The government says retail sales fell in August. Spending on autos, building materials, and furniture fell. And on Wall Street, the Dow is up 102 points. NASDAQ is ahead 50. This is CBS News.
Dick Morris says Trump can defeat Hillary, but he must fight back. In his runaway New York Times bestseller, Armageddon, How Trump Can Defeat Hillary, Morris reveals a winning plan. Morris knew Hillary for 20 years. In Armageddon, he reveals her darkest secrets. Now, Trump must expose these secrets. Newsmax calls Armageddon the most explosive book of the campaign. Armageddon, at bookstores everywhere, or get Newsmax's free offer. Call 800-NEWSMAX, 800-NEWSMAX, or go to newsmax2016.com.
Not available in all states. Whoa, what do you have there?
It's a Reese and Irvy's frozen yogurt. We just had our robot make one.
A robot made your frozen yogurt?
Yes, the world's first fully interactive robot vending machine that serves 9 flavors of delicious yogurt with 6 amazing toppings. And it's available for an exclusive franchise opportunity.
How do I get my own Reese and Irvy's robots?
It's easy, but you better act now. Locations and machines are going fast. Just go to froyofranchising.com and enter promo code 3636. That's froyofranchising.com, promo code 3636.
Forecasters say Julia is a tropical depression and likely won't change much over the next several days. The storm is 60 miles off the South Carolina coast and could bring rain to coastal areas. A horrific crime along one of America's most picturesque roadways. CBS's Jim Crisula.
Investigators say 36-year-old Seth Pickering lunged at his 6-year-old daughter and fatally stabbed her in the heart as 2 park rangers approached them along the Blue Ridge Parkway in the western North Carolina mountains outside Asheville. The stunned rangers say Pickering told them he killed his daughter so no one could take her away from him again. According to court documents, the man and his wife were engaged in a bitter split that involved a custody fight over the child. Jim Crisula, CBS News, Greensboro, North Carolina.
A Harvard Business School analysis blames politics for the slow growth since the recession. The report says government gridlock is one of the greatest threats to America's economic competitiveness. Steve Kagan, CBS
News. You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. News Talk 1240.
It's been lots of sunshine, very hot and dry weather out there through the afternoon. High soaring into the lower to middle 90s. Tonight, fair low 67 to 70. For Friday, hot again, back into the 90s. Still looking dry through the middle of the weekend with highs 90 to 92 again on Saturday. Check out JCPenney and get an extra 20% off select items with your JCPenney credit card and coupon, or 15% with any other form of payment. That's getting your pennies worth now at JCPenney. And I'm 1412 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hoare.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Hot News Talk 1240.
AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio. With your chance to win $124 in cash and $124 in food every week with the Hot News Talk Radio 1, 2, 3 NASCAR contest.
Hot News Talk 1240.
All you have to do is guess who's going to be first, second, and third place in the upcoming NASCAR Sprint Cup race. If you guess it, you'll hear your name live Monday morning, 11:30. Then call AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio to win. Enter your guess right now at Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, 5301 Braden Road, Chattanooga. Diesel off-road technology, Sunny Daisy. For your 4-wheel drive and truck needs, stuff and upholstery with premium rubber foam. Amigos Mexican Restaurant next to Staples and Hicks. Drink specials during the race. Stealth Surgeon, the Broken Screen Dock. And Shooter Supply, 4824 Hickson Pike in Hickson.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Enter your guesses now and listen to the race live to win $124 in cash and $124 in food from Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station.
Hot News Talk 1240.
I love NASCAR. Hello and welcome back to the Art Beat of Chattanooga. Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. Always glad to join morning on Thursdays and talk about art and Chattanooga and entrepreneurism and that sort of thing. And Kirby's here with me again today, and we're just going to be talking about some more things that are going on. I'd like to thank Judah Guitars, where all your wildest dreams come true, for being my sponsor, and they're located at Boy Scout Road and Middle Valley Road. So go check them out. Will's a great guy. So we're just going to, I am Jillian Collins, and I'm an artist, and I'm the radio host of the show because I love Chattanooga. I love art more, I think. I know. And I'm passionate about it, and Chattanooga is passionate about it. Many, many artists here, tons of talent. And Russell's going to give us a hand here. Hi, Russell. This is Russell. He does everything at the station for everyone. He's great. Thanks, Russell. So, Chattanooga is growing very rapidly, and the arts are exploding. Young people, old people, everything. There's so many avenues going on in Chattanooga when you start looking into what to do.
Definitely.
So you've lived in Chattanooga how long now, Adam?
I've lived here my whole life. I've lived in Chattanooga my whole life. Born and raised. And last week I was here. Thanks for having me again, first of all.
Yeah, welcome back.
Really appreciate that. Yeah, I've lived here my whole life, and I've been able to see you grow, and it's definitely growing a lot faster than I thought it would when I was a young child. But now I'm starting to really see the potential of Chattanooga, especially for the arts. But yeah, there's so many events and things just all happening all at once.
Yeah, when you get past the surface, where's there go dancing, and look into theater, dance, comedy. All these little places here in Chattanooga are doing, you got Grand Falloon, and I'm not going to name everybody, but Cinerama, Barking Legs Theater, you've got the Comedy Catch, you've got so much going on. And now you've been here your whole life, Adam. Were you in an age where you could see the evolution of the change of Chattanooga as they decided to take this city and make it really, really something special?
I would say that, I definitely got a first-hand experience in it. But also I, spoke to my elders and heard the history of Chattanooga, and I actually really enjoy the history of Chattanooga, and that it used to be an industrial city, and that's what it was known for, is what it produced things and trains, and it's one of the, I think, most where I think trucks and semi trucks and things pass through Chattanooga more than almost any other city in the world, and
we're very centrally located. I mean, you're 2 hours from Knoxville, Nashville, Atlanta. You can 4 hours. You're in North Carolina. Very well located here, and certainly if you're walking across the bridge or you're downtown Chattanooga, the barges are quite amazing. They're huge if you really look at the size of those things, and that's a big commerce. The moving those barges through Chattanooga as well. And we won't even talk about the trucks because they think they're driving. A lot of them think they're driving a sports car. No signal. I've been driving to Nashville quite a bit lately, and I just assume those are sports cars when I see a semi now. So
it's really big sports car.
Yeah, just defensive driving.
I mean, I just feel like I couldn't, specifically say when the change started happening, but something about 15, 20 years ago, when it really started to sort of alter into more of a city for, I think, maybe it started with food, and food becoming more higher quality, local produce, things like that. I want to say same thing with music and theater. Then even movies now and film, I think, started changing with Chattanooga Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I think art is actually the one thing that is not necessarily slow to change, but it's right now starting to just sporadically make a lot of differences going on. And that's actually one thing that I'm very, very much involved in. And what I'm starting to notice in all the different places I'm a part of is that there's a lot of young people who are incredibly passionate about the city as well, and they're also artists, and some of them are entrepreneurs too. And we all have a desire to see the city become something that we all, I think, have a belief that it could be. My personal opinion right now is Chattanooga's on this cusp. It's on this breaking point of becoming a really, really amazing artist city that we like to compare the great art cities like Chicago, New York, LA. This isn't going to be Chicago, New York, or LA. It's going to be Chattanooga.
Yeah.
And that is a whole different sort of mentality that I think that you can't really anticipate it. But the issue too, I think, is it also has a risk. It has a risk that it could fall apart. If people, I know in Atlanta and Nashville, sometimes I've talked to different gallery owners. I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but I was thinking about moving to Nashville because I've had a lot more art shows in Nashville than anywhere else, and the person told me not to. They said that the rent is increasing way too rapidly. Too many people are going there too fast.
Right. And parking is a huge issue there.
Yeah, that too.
As well. So I can't hear my own. Hello. I can't hear my own voice here. So
I hear it.
Great.
Sounds great.
Great. Chattanooga though, there's going to be, anytime you have growth, there's going to be a little bit of the rubber band effect. You're going to go a little bit beyond. There's going to be a little more of a push. But I think we're special now, and we're going to be even more amazing. And a lot of it's like you're saying, the young people of Chattanooga, the us older folks, have gotten to this point too, and have stood in loving art and promoting it. But I think the eclectic local, you mentioned, the local Chattanooga, from what I can see, is one of the most local-based cities as far as utilizing what they have here in business. Food, you mentioned. So many restaurants here use, antibiotic-free, organic, house-made everything. So it's amazing. There is a clean movement in Chattanooga, and a movement to get away from being one of the unhealthiest cities to one of the healthiest.
And there's a lot of, I think, just cultural changes. I think that's what it is. It's a cultural change that is happening in Chattanooga. Is everyone has a different mindset rather than wanting to be like, some cities are all about like partying, staying out really late and things like that. We're becoming more of a city that's about bettering ourselves. I mean, I think it's we were rated the best town ever. Isn't that our little slogan now or something like that? Our best.
I think it's something about the most beautiful.
One of the two. We're the scenic city.
We're awesome.
So,
it's just
all around. We're great.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say Chattanooga's awesome for the next hour or two. No.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, but no. I mean, I still feel like it's cultural change that people's mindsets themselves are actually wanting to, bring something new, bring something good, for the city.
Well, this generation that we're kind of talking about, because you guys are the ones who, in 20 years, this is your city. You're going to raise your families here. You're going to have your businesses here. You guys came through in the information age, and things have changed so rapidly in technology, giving everybody a real connection to keep moving forward with your dreams. You can share them quickly. Other people can respond, and therefore you've had a great opportunity through that to utilize the viral communications to live your dream and try to connect people to do that together.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think there's this new generation. I'm seeing a lot of more entrepreneurs and people who are less willing to work for, corporate, and they're just wanting to basically pursue their own personal dreams and be masters of those things that they're trying to either produce or services that they're providing. And I'm one of those people. I feel like I'm a part of a lot of different things. And that's what
let's talk about some of that, because we could probably get really going on the philosophy about this. I can tell. It's like, okay, we're going to get passionate about this life and what we think. Before we go over this, I'm just going to say, as Adam talks about what's going on here, multiply this by thousands in Chattanooga, thousands of people, thousands of ideas, and the artists are sometimes categorized or seen as we're hippies or this sort of thing. We're serious business people,
Oh, definitely.
Most artists are very intelligent, and most of these people that I know in Chattanooga are serious artists, and they're working very hard.
Most of the artists I know that are, I guess, like me in that they're wanting to produce something that's not just artwork, that is producing like a business or a mentality that will help the city. Those are the people who lose sleep at night worrying about not necessarily just money and income and like how they're going to get by, but they're actually worrying about like what could they do to do more. And that's a constant fear for me. I know that's very true. And another thing too, that the whole cusp mentality that Chattanooga is on this sort of like it can fall off into this city where the arts kind of dwindle out or stagnate, or it could become this amazing city. Me and a good friend of mine, Aaron Cowan, who is actually the curator of the Swine Gallery, we felt it was about a year ago that there needed to be something else that Chattanooga needed. We felt that there needed to be a residency, and I can explain that a little bit. So he and I have worked for over a year. We're doing it right now. We've created a residency for Chattanooga. It's called ARC. It's Artist Residency Chattanooga. What a residency is, and what we're going to do more specifically, is we're allowing an artist from all over the world to come live in Chattanooga for a month. They stay here for a month. They have a studio. They work in that studio. And at the end of their month, they have a grand opening exhibition. So they have an opportunity to basically just focus on their art form and whatever that might be. You know, they have a whole month to just produce things. And during that time, we are also very interested in sort of allowing Chattanooga the opportunity to speak to these artists, because we're right now getting an artist named Ryder Richards from Texas. He's coming. He's an amazing artist. He's going to be here during October, and I would definitely say you need to find us on Facebook or go to our website and follow us for all the events and the scheduling and things like that. But he's an amazing, amazing artist that I think we can learn a lot from.
And for those of you who don't, maybe Swine Gallery, it's kind of funny. It's the swine, like a pig, gallery. And Adam, I know there's a way that name came about, and that's where Enzo's Market used to be. If those of you who do not know where this is, and that's where the Cinerama is as well.
Right.
That is now a very, very cool space. Art gallery. Cinerama is awesome. It's just a really kind of eclectic, fun place. You can go see all kinds of shows. So, real quickly, how did the name come about, Swine Gallery?
It definitely ties into art. So, go back even more. You know, Chattanooga Film Festival. Chris Storch, who owns that, is a good friend of mine and Aaron's, and he wanted to make. I don't know if you're familiar with Chattanooga Film Festival. It's an annual event.
Yes, I've gone.
Yeah. It's an amazing opportunity to see really awesome indie films.
Unusual things that you wouldn't necessarily see in a theater, you know.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an amazing experience. And what he wanted to do, instead of just having a year-round event, he wanted to have a theater basically that you could go to every single week, and that's Cinerama. So right now, actually yesterday, we watched a movie, tribute to Gene Wilder. It was actually Blazing Saddles, and it was amazingly fun. Oh, this is just a fun movie.
And what does it cost to go there to see a movie?
I think it's like $8. It varies sometimes during different instances, but I mean, you should definitely come check it out at some point, because it's just an amazing location. A lot of fun people. Everyone seems to get along. Like everyone was clapping and enjoying themselves. Like everyone was. It was just an awesome time.
I mean, this is eclectic. There's couches and chairs, you know, and it's a very cool vibe, and it's very welcoming, and you can mill around and talk to people. But really during the show, you don't want to, because everything's very good, funny, or you know, creepy movies or whatever. It's just very, very engaging. So
yeah, you get a large variety. I think. I mean, we definitely like the horror film genre, but I mean, there's hilarious movies. There's sort of art films, just things that have blown my mind. Every time I go there, I've never been disappointed, and it's not just because I'm biased, which I am, but no, I do love film. I watch film all the time, and this is just a great opportunity for anyone who actually has that same passion to go and experience something, and happens every single week. I mean, and there's shows there that are like bands come and play. There's different events. I definitely recommend anyone.
Comedy, improv, all kinds of cool stuff going on there. I've never been disappointed either when I've gone to Cinerama.
It's a great experience. Yeah, it's Cinerama. Go find us on Facebook. I'm sure we'll add some links so that if anyone is watching the show, you can find the links and things to these things. But and Swine is also so going back a little bit. Chris Storch has the Enzo, what used to be the Enzo grocery bar, and he also wanted to provide more opportunities for various people who wanted to make things happen in Chattanooga. And one of those things is Matt Dutton, who's a really well-known artist, suggested there should be an art gallery in the space. And Enzo used to have a wine store, and in that wine store is the Swine. And the story is that Matt Dutton, very sarcastically just took some white paint and put an S in front of the wine sign in front of the door, and it became Swine. And it just stuck. Everyone loved it. That's what it was, and now that's what it is. It's Swine. And then Aaron Cowan jumped on and sort of really, really took the reins of everything, and really, he was a curator or helped curate the press gallery at UTC. He helped create actually the Apothecary Gallery. I've helped with both those galleries. Matt, and a couple other artists basically just volunteer to make these things happen. This is all out of the goodness of our hearts and our passion.
And that's, again, you see that all over Chattanooga too. A lot of artists who just work together to help each other. There's, a spirit of cooperation and appreciation of each other's work and respect. So that's very cool.
I mean, people are willing to go out there, and there's actually a lot. I'm not naming enough people here. There's a lot of people who help out. I mean, and all they do is volunteer. People help out the Cinerama. I mean, there's just a long list of individuals, and that's the beauty of it, is that you can see that there's so many people who just actually are passionate and want to see things happen, are willing to do something about it, and actually work hard towards it, and devote a lot of time to it.
And I know within that organization too, they're the two gals, I forgot their names up front. Rose and her friend, they are involved with Chattanooga Girls Rock, and who just had a fundraiser that I
huge help. I mean, they basically make almost a lot of the things they build, they operate. I mean,
and they also provide a fundraiser for music for girls in Chattanooga, and that's how, like, I walked in and I saw a piece that was in the art show that I had a piece in for that fundraiser. That record with all the little pieces, that's from their fundraiser they just did. So within the organization is people helping each other, and then even going out beyond that to the community and raising money and helping. And that's what I love about what's happening with Art in Chattanooga, along with everything else, is it's reaching people in ways to help them.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different facets and organizations that have already come to Cinerama and Chris and asked, can we have something there? He's never said no. I mean, he well, I won't say never, but he wants to provide an opportunity for everyone to, pursue their passions, pursue something that will benefit the city. And it's not about like a monetary value. It's about just actually making something better in the city, providing opportunities. And honestly, that's where art sort of comes in. Aaron and I helped make the Swine Gallery, and during that time, that actually was before we were making Swine happen, we were already talking about making a residency, and we were working on it very quietly and very selectively, because we knew that if we talked about it too much, it would just fall apart, or too many people would also try to produce it too, and we wanted to make sure that it was produced the way we thought would be best for the city. And now it's amazing. I mean, October is happening. It's happening. Like, a little bit. What have we done? I don't know.
It's really going to be okay. It's great, and it's great. Chattanooga can't fail with this type of spirit and passion for this city. The people in the city who love Chattanooga and the residents of it, the beauty. Art reflects culture, and culture comes into art. And right now, art is shifting and changing, and new styles are coming out in all kinds of creative ways. And it's reflecting culture, and it reflects the positive movement that this culture here in Chattanooga looks forward for. They're projecting within 5 years we're going to have quite a bit of growth in this city.
Oh, I definitely agree.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's one thing that we actually intended for the art to do.
I kind of wish I lived out of town now. I'm a little jealous. It's that's a great program though, you guys. That's great. Adam, and you and who?
Aaron Cowan.
That is and he's the
curator. Yeah, he's the curator of the Swine Gallery.
So the Swine Gallery itself is, now also...
They're a sponsor too, and Cinerama is the sponsor of ARC. And what we're doing right now is trying to find as many sponsorships as we can, because right now it's coming out of basically mine and Aaron's pocket. And what we want to do initially, or give you the full spectrum. Right now we're in the bare bones. All we're offering is the studio space in the gallery. En route, which is a new place to stay. Basically, I don't want to call it a hostel, but it's like a really high-end. It's revamping that mentality of, like, if you want to go live in a place in a city just for a couple of days, this is the place to go. It looks incredibly classy. I wish I lived there, honestly. I kind of want to move there. I don't know if that's going to be allowed or going to be okay, but they are actually sponsoring us, and they're allowing us to let the artist stay there, Ryder Richard. Basically, what we're wanting to do in the long run, though, is we want to provide everything for the artist. We want to provide, travel costs, food expenses. We want to provide material costs, everything that we can, so that when the artists come to Chattanooga, they basically all they worry about is making artwork.
That's like a dream. I mean, that's something they're never going to forget, and it's really something that is definitely good for Chattanooga. And it connects us to other cities. It connects our art to other cities. So
and it changes our culture. When we bring these artists in, what we also want to do is we want workshops and we want lectures for the artists.
Yeah, we do.
Children. I mean, this is what we're going to do. This is going to happen in October. We'll bring the artists to UTC. We'll have opportunities for basically we're providing opportunities for Chattanooga itself, the people of Chattanooga, to experience from the artists, to learn from the artists, and vice versa. the artist is going to be in our city, and inspiration is one of those things you can't really predict, you can't make happen. And our intentions are basically to, show them the city.
That's so fantastic. And what a gorgeous city we have to show them. That's exciting, too. We're going to be back in a few minutes, so we're excited to continue talking about Chattanooga. And I get excited about this stuff. I get, very excited about art. So thanks, Adam. Adam's going to probably hang around for the next show. All right, so we're going to come back in a little bit. This is Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240, the Art Beat of Chattanooga, where art lives.
My soldiers stay turned.
Now you can listen to Hot News Talk Radio anywhere streaming live at Noogaradio.com. That's Noogaradio.com.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Wow, we're not in Kansas anymore. Check out all these awesome guitars, amps, pedals, banjos, and so much more.
Suddenly, you're transported. You are on stage. Anticipation. Your fans are counting on you. You begin to play. Ecstasy, excitement, artistry, and chaos. Thundering applause. Rock and roll.
Charvel, Gretsch, Supro, Jackson, EVH. Fulfill your dreams. Guitar, piano lessons, and more. Located at the corner of Boy Scout and Middle Valley Road in Soddy Daisy. Judah Guitar Music Store, where all your wildest dreams come true. Call 423-618-9911. Judah Guitar Music Store, where all your wildest dreams come true.
This is Mike at For the Record at Northgate Mall. We're the largest complete record store in town. We sell old and new vinyl records, celebrity posters, music posters, and we are the largest in town. Come see us.
Hi, I'm Adam Dispo, the owner and the head surgeon of Cell Surgeon. Broken screen? You need it repaired now. We can do that. We'll have your phone repaired within the hour. No hassle, no mess, no stress. We love fixing cell phones. Your cell phone has become part of your daily activities. You've noticed your cell phone is not charging properly. It could be a charge port issue or your charger. Come in for free. We'll test your phone and your charger. You have an expensive phone. Don't feed it with a cheap charger. A cheap charger can actually damage your device. Our high-quality chargers are affordable. Cell Surgeon, 140 Northgate Mall Drive, right next to Old Chicago Pizza. 423-668-0100. www.thecellsurgeon.com. Please like us on Facebook at facebook.com/thecellsurgeon.
Get $10 off a screen repair. Mention Hot News Talk Radio. Broken screen, phone not charging, water damage, battery given out. Cell Surgeon in Northgate Mall next to Old Chicago Pizza. Check us out on Facebook. Open Sunday. Cell Surgeon. We bring your phone back to life.
On your signature, you can get $150,000. Can you believe that? $150,000 on your signature. Hi, I'm Bruce Krebs with the Entrepreneur Source. There's a program right now that you can get $150,000 on your signature with no pledge of collateral or personal guarantee. Call me at 423-875-5621 to learn more. 423-875-5621. You've been thinking about starting a business? Don't do it on your own. I have a proven track record for the last 13 years and a 96% success rate. I can guide you into a franchise where you will pay yourself through the startup phase with very low or little risk. Call me now. I'm Bruce Krebs at 423-875-5621. And make sure to listen to the Entrepreneur Hour every other Wednesday from 11 to 12 o'clock. Call me now, 875-5621.
Hi, I'm Sabrina with Sabrina Realty Associates. Now is a great time to sell your home. In our area, inventory is at an all-time low, which translates into higher sales prices. Call us today at 423-499-7780 to set up a free consultation and discuss our unique and aggressive marketing programs. We will provide you with a free market analysis to determine the right value of your home. Call us today at 423-499-7780 or visit our website at sabrinarealty.com.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. News Talk 1240.
Hot 1240 Hot News Talk Radio with your Hot News Now update. Donations are pouring in for a family who lost their 2 children and their house in the fire on Caribou Lane in Chickamauga. Donations are coming in at the school on Highway 27, Saddle Ridge Elementary, where different clothing and foods, toiletries, everything is being donated to this family at that school. Even cards are being given by children for this family. A new sexting scandal striking Bradley County, this time at Walker Valley High. A teacher has been suspended. Jonathan Dykes is accused of sending inappropriate texts to a student. He's been suspended without pay pending internal investigation. The dead at a Georgia cemetery where World War II veterans' grave marker has been stolen. The brass marker was stolen sometime a few days ago. Within the last few days, the scrap value for the marker is only $15 to $10, but the value to the family is priceless. If you know where this grave marker may be, please call the Walker County Sheriff's Office. If it's going on in Tennessee Valley, it's going on Hot 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
We expect lots of sunshine, very hot and dry weather out there through the afternoon. High soaring into the lower to middle 90s. Tonight, fair lows 67 to 70. For Friday, hot again, back into the 90s. Still looking dry through the middle of the weekend with highs 90 to 92 again on Saturday. Check out JCPenney and get an extra 20% off select items with your JCPenney credit card and coupon, or 15% with any other form of payment. That's getting your pennies worth now at JCPenney. And I'm 1412 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Ford.
On AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting home. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push into the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. New Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. News Talk 1240.
Welcome back to the Art Beat of Chattanooga, where art lives. Glad you're coming back this second half to talk some more about the amazing things going on in Chattanooga. You can tune in on YouTube, Facebook, tune in radio, AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio. We're everywhere. We're viral. Even have listeners in China. So I'm Jillian Collins, and I'm here with Adam Kirby, a returning guest that we're just talking about passion for art, passion for Chattanooga, entrepreneurism, things going on right in this city, creative new projects that are being done with the heart to share Chattanooga with the world, to help this city be more wonderful as we move forward. So it's really an exciting time to be in Chattanooga, and it's an exciting time to be an artist.
Definitely, yeah.
You get to do whatever you want.
Just about. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities out there, I think, or at least a lot of ambitious people. So, you know, it's kind of like Misery Loves Company, one of those things that you're not alone. If you feel like you're an artist, you feel like you're a passionate person, there's a lot of other people out there actually pursuing their own dreams too. And, you know, those are the people you want to surround yourself with, because those are the people who actually change the city and make it what it needs to be.
Right, and it's a positive movement. You know, everything is supported, like you're saying. People working together just because they care about the future of Chattanooga and their friends and art. People just joining in and volunteering just to be a part of things as these young organizations who maybe don't have the money to pay. Even if they're nonprofit, it takes a while to build up the base to be able to pay people to come and help. So it's great that, you know, these people just help out, you know, like you at the Cinerama and Swine Gallery. You know, it's a wonderful city. So
And there's a lot of different people who are all part of that. And I think Cinerama is actually, what we were talking about before, Cinerama is an independent movie theater host. It's Chris Dortch, who made Chattanooga Film Festival, started this. And then in Cinerama, which used to be the old Insto grocery bar, now it is the Cinerama. Also has Swine, which is a contemporary art gallery. And the curator of that's Aaron Cowan. You know, there's a lot of various people who operate through that. Rose Cox, Matt Dutton. I mean, there's a long list of not just people who help there, but people who want to be involved in it. And everyone who comes and supports and, you know, pays a ticket to watch the movie, they're all helping too. And there's a lot of volunteers out there too. It's just the whole, if you go around there and talk to anybody, everyone is excited about it. Everyone wants to do something about it. It's just making Chattanooga a better place.
It's worth visiting there just to walk into this vibe of what's happening. You know, it's professional. There's professionals here, and it's very well done. But for me, I like that it just feels like a whole different vibe than most. feels like you're just with friends and hanging out.
I think that's what we're going for too. I mean,
You got it. That's
a
how it feels.
relaxed place. It's you know, we want people to feel welcome. We're not putting on any fronts. We are who we are, and it's coming off. You know, there's no act. There's no man behind the curtain or anything like that.
I mean, this lady sat a couple chairs down from me. We ended up talking. What's that?
I said there are a lot of curtains and men do actually go behind it, but never mind.
Yeah, there are a lot of curtains, and there's a lot of curtains in the early stages of these industries. I've noticed. A lot
it's
of
a sign. You see lots of curtains. You know, they're going to aspire to be something great, and maybe even afford balls one day. Who knows? But yeah, and another thing that we were talking about before too, just to kind of get back to where we left off, we were mentioning the art residency, which is what I'm a founder of, and Aaron Cowan, who is curator of Swan Gallery, he's a founder of too. And what we're hoping that it will do for the city. And what it is a residency program. And the residency program allows artists to come live in a city for a time. Ours allows artists to come live there for a month, and then they produce a whole new set of work in a studio that we provide. And then they have a show at the end of the month. And it's we also provide lots of opportunities. There's going to be parties. There's going to be open studio nights. There's going to be lectures, workshops. We're going to bring the artists to UTC to talk to the artists at UTC, Chet State, things like that. Just really provide an opportunity for Chattanooga to get to know the artist who is from anywhere around the world, and vice versa. We love this city. It's a beautiful city. It's last thing that we said before we left, and it will inspire the artists when we show them what the city is about, and that's what we're looking for right now. Is people who are willing to sponsor this art organization to make sure that it can happen, because right now it's all out of Aaron and I's pocket, and all we can really produce right now is a studio space and a gallery space, and then En route, which is alternative living. It's kind of like a hostel, place that you can stay, an amazing place. Is also a huge sponsor for us. Swan and Cinerama, they're sponsors. We need people to actually, businesses who actually are passionate and want to see Chattanooga become something great, help sponsor us so that we can provide more for these artists.
There's so much opportunity there, Adam, for all of that, for businesses to even provide a luncheon or, to produce. That way they're also introducing themselves further out in the world. So I think it's a very exciting and wonderful program, and, definitely going to be checking in on that and stopping in, and if I can, pitching in,
Yeah, definitely. Maybe
time
we
allowing.
can talk to Ryder Richards, who's our, we want to do this 4 times a year, and we're starting this right now in the fall. So we're doing it each season. He's going to be our first artist. It's going to be the fall season, and there might even be an opportunity for him to come and talk on the show.
Absolutely. I say let's just consider it done. I'd love to do that every time.
We'll check with him, look at our schedule, make sure something can happen. I know it's on
follow the
Thursday.
progress. Follow it through. We'll just
if anything, I'll be here talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I definitely think that this is the same spirit that I just find in so many artists. This young, wanting to move ahead type thing. So.
Yeah, I feel like that's a recurring thing throughout the whole city. There's a lot of people who are definitely young, and youth isn't everything that has to do with it, but it is nice to know that. It's funny, when I graduated at UTC, there's a lot of other graduates who are art majors and things, and they would leave the city. That was sort of what you would do. You would leave Chattanooga, and you would go on and pursue your own artist career, go to grad school, things like that. Well, Aaron Cowan and I and a handful of other artists actually stayed in Chattanooga, and they wanted to make the city better rather than having to leave the city. I mean, me personally, I've lived here my whole life. I'm very, very connected to it. I have this weird, deep-rooted feelings for the city that I actually want to make it better. I want to see that happen, and I know it won't happen on its own.
No, and there's a lot of work going in for that, and that's also the reason that I had this show. The love. I haven't been here all my life, but I lived in 2 other river cities, and coming to Chattanooga, I fell in love immediately. And the surrounding areas, any way you drive, you're driving through gorgeous mountain areas. The view is Tennessee and the surrounding states are absolutely gorgeous. And so these artists coming here are going to be able to share in their communities not only the art part of what they experience, but the whole of it, the beauty. Maybe they'll go hiking up on Signal Mountain or Lookout Mountain.
Fall in love with it.
Yeah, they're going to fall in love with it.
That's our scheme. That's our master plot. Is that we want to bring them here and just let the world know that Chattanooga exists as an artist front. I mean, it's more than just a scenic city. It's more than just food. It's more than just gig city. But we do have all that too. It's going and it's becoming an amazing artist city, but it will not happen on its own. And that's the thing that I can't stress more. There are a lot of passionate people, and there are a lot of young people who want to see things happen. And the only thing that's making those things happen is this sheer fact that they're passionate about it and want to see it happen. But there's things that will prevent that without funding, without support, without at least, the city knowing about it, without proper marketing and, all these things, all these different factors, it can fall apart.
Yeah, there's a lot of tentacles to keep these kind of things going. And I do know, Chattanooga businesses do a lot of supporting of the arts, and I believe the right people are going to stand behind this project. It's fantastic, and it's a good light for Chattanooga. It's a good image. It's a good way to connect us in the world to the other arts and shine. We can just shine for what we are here, and I'm sure that's going to go really well. So you also we haven't really talked about this, and I'm just going to throw that on you. I have a dream. And I do. And I haven't really shared that ever on the show. Dare to be unusual. Might as well, because, who has a choice? And you have a dream. So there's all these little dreams that are not little, like the Ark and the swine in the Cinerama and all of this. But are you wanting to talk a little bit about Manifest?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have a lot of different dreams. I talked last week about being an artist. That was one. I said that was about 20% of what I do, and that's a big part of me. I think being an artist is just a reflection of my character and who I am. But what I've done throughout my life in the last maybe like 5 to 10 years, maybe not 10 years, but close to it, is I've been a builder, been a maker, been a creator, and I've worked for a lot of different companies, a lot of different people, and I've gotten a lot of experience. I was a graphic designer for about 3 years in UTC. I studied that, at least, I should say. And then I switched over to ceramics, and I met Shadow May, who is a really amazing local ceramic artist. I talked about him last week. And clay, and then I switched over to sculpture, and I worked for Shadow's brother, who is a construction worker. And I ended up building houses, and I learned how to use woodworking tools and sculpting tools and metalworking tools. And after that, I worked for Range Projects. Which is a sort of a They make high-end furniture. They make high-end, woodworking and metalworking. And then I worked for IFH, which is an industrial farmhouse. It's the most recent place I worked at. And I learned a whole lot from that place too. It's an amazing company that produces these really, really high-end woodworking and metalworking furnitures and shuffleboard tables and various things like that. And what I've started to realize is I have a creative nature. Each of these places that I worked at, I always was the type of person who was like, let me design something for you. Let me draw something out for him. I used to actually teach my own drawing class, and I just did that independently. I just did it on my own. And what I was starting to realize is I have all these different sort of facets, these different talents and things. And then I was surrounding myself with other people who had also, talents, woodworkers, and better than me, way better than me, woodworkers, construction workers, metalworkers, designers. And as a person who's being part of all these different organizations, I'm starting to get connected more and more and more. And I'm realizing that I'm connected to a lot of amazing creators. And I was thinking, and I'm pursuing right now, to produce a business, to make a business called Manifest. The idea behind it is we want to go to a client. Say there's a person who wants to either completely rebrand their business, or they have a business that they want to make, but they don't have a logo, they don't have any furniture inside, they have nothing, I could go to that person individually on my own, and I have actually done this for a couple of clients around town, and I could sit down with them and say, what are you about? And more importantly, why? Why do you want to do what you do? There's the what and the how of business, but the why is more of a mentality. It's more of an idea. It's what we're talking about.
Right.
Why we're about what we do, the passion, the desire, the heart of it.
Without the why, without the heart, it's empty.
Exactly. It's just this.
That will fail. Eventually, that will fail. Without the passion, it's not.
Without a why,
alive.
Right, and people don't care about it, and especially in Chattanooga. And I think that's more important. For Chattanoogans, we all really care about passion above everything else. I think. We require the things to make our passions happen. So ideally, the ideal customer would say, yes, help me figure out the why. And I call it creative counseling. Just a term I came up with. So it's sort of, I discuss with the client and say, what are you about? What do you really want to do with your business? And then when we figure that out, when we have that basic foundation concept, that's when you make a logo. You make a logo that represents it. It's a symbol. Symbolism is a powerful thing. It's pointless on its own, but if you actually put meaning behind it, it can never die.
Well, there's not a single person, I don't think, in America who doesn't know what the pink ribbon means for breast cancer. It's just...
And before that, just a pink ribbon is nothing.
Right. Now it's you think of breast cancer and supporting that every time you see one.
Exactly. That's definitely true.
So you basically want to, it's almost a mentor position where you're the vanguard part, the part that helps put, if you're developing a business, sometimes you have a lot of steps ahead in your brain, and you, as the person walking in and manifest, can kind of step back and look at the picture objectively
director
and creatively.
Yeah, I want to be the person who, I can do all those things, and if I have to, and the thing is, I'm not doing it on my own. I have a lot of good friends who actually want to help me. They want to be in my crew, if you will. And what I would do is, with that client, so I would figure out that logo and either produce a logo on my own or go to one of my amazing, graphic design friends and let them produce that while also figuring out a website and simultaneously building out and doing the construction inside the building and the location they're at. And everything that is done, everything that's created, the interior design, the woodworking, metalworking, anything that is made has to reflect upon that original concept, that foundation of that concept, the idea of what they're about.
I've seen you could build a sample, a little dollhouse.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I just seen that you were talking about this. Wouldn't that be cool? Like here's one of my dreams in miniature to use as a visual aid to show them your.
That's what AutoCAD's for. And there's things like that. You can actually, I've done that before. Cool. I've Purple Sky Healing Arts, which is located on Main Street. Is basically one of my first clients I ever built something for, and I made their wooden sign out front. It's the storefront wooden sign, and it's just like this 24-foot sign. And when I went to them originally, I did this thing in 2 weeks, first of all, which is a huge task from design to finish. 2 weeks. That's all it took me. And I did it in my garage. But I hand drew, standing next to the person, what I was going to do, and then I gave them a Photoshop image. And when I finished it, there's a construction crew on site, so they actually installed it for me. I just produced the actual sign. They sent me a picture of the finished product, and I was like, this is the old image I sent you. Can you send me a picture of the finished project? She said, no, this is it. It looked exactly like my Photoshop image. And
that's wonderful. Yeah. So they were really happy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to just, my dream is something I kind of hold close to my chest, so to speak, and I desire and have been working on a series of art toward supporting breast cancer awareness, and it is to support the women pre-post in many different ways, but I actually want a foundation where I can paint these women prior to or after their surgeries, and that there would be sponsors who would allow those women to retain those paintings as a part of their healing, as a part of feeling beautiful again. And I'm not going to get into exactly how I'm going to do it, but I had the dream about 3 years ago, and I have a reasonably substantial body of work now that is related to it. And anybody who's listening, if if this triggers something in you or manifest, you can actually email me at the radio station, and we can talk about it. But I want to do these paintings with these women and help them feel beautiful. And I don't really know where that dream came from. It just is there. And again, nonprofit foundation, want to help people, want to make people feel good. And
but that's another thing too. There's a lot of people like that who are very passionate about wanting to heal others, wanting to heal people. There's actually a business I'm building out right now, and it's a combination of a couple other companies building a business called Sisu, and Sisu is a sweat studio. It's opening up on Main Street, and it's all about that. Sisu actually is a Finnish term. The sweat lodge, saunas. I think the owner said, from his research, basically, saunas were started in Finland, or they're Finnish, and basically Sisu is a term that actually means, I'm going to butcher this sentence, but it means conquering the will, or conquering something with your willpower. And something, and it actually kind of relates to what we're talking about right now. That's why I really love this business, is that, I feel like I'm constantly, trying to conquer something without really exact certainty that I will win or anything, that I will produce something, or I will survive even. But the only reason I do it is because I'm passionate about them, and it takes sheer willpower to actually do what I do every day, and I'm sure it does for you too.
It does, and then, the part you said, you can start a painting or a piece, and you do not know where that's going to go. I don't care, for me at least, because I allow energy to enter into my painting, and if something changes, I just go with it. I don't paint exact replicas of anything. I do portraits and things, I can do that, but I allow the energy to go from there. And you never know it, because you could get it done and you're not going to like it, but it's odd. Other people are going to like it.
Yeah, and I know he's a good friend of mine. His name is Alex Davis, who owns this business, Sisu. And I believe they're having a soft opening on Monday.
That's on Main Street?
I think it's 110 East Main Street. It's there's also a Thai restaurant that's opening up, and then Conga is moving over across the street to this place. And all these businesses are all opening up around the same time. And what this is basically you have this private room. It's a really amazing building. In fact, I would just recommend everyone go just to look at it. And a lot of things that are in there are actually produced by me or design certain things I've designed, and also Industrial Farmhouses designed things. Other construction crews have worked there, actually building out the building there. And it's really just a crew of people who love each other. They're all my best friends. We all look out for each other. We're all great workers, and we're just seeing this thing come to life, and it is amazing. It's an amazing place. But what they actually do, just to let you know, is they provide a bed, a private room that you lay in, and you have this sort of sauna bed. You lay in, there's this tube that goes over your body that helps you. It basically makes you sweat, and you stay there, and it's actually supposed to be a really intense thing, which ties back to the Sisu concept. It's conquering the will, but it's an incredibly healthy thing for you. You're getting rid of all the toxins. You lose weight. There's also an amazing cool room that we love to go. When we've worked a hard day, we go into the cool room because it's actually working, and you cool off. So you go and you sweat, you go and you cool off, and you can also rent out the whole place with just your friends. So say you have a handful of friends, you can have a special night where you rent that night out with just your friends, and it's a relaxing, therapeutic place, but it's actually healthy for you.
Well, you gentlemen and group of people have a lot going on, Adam, and it's really exciting. And Main Street, that area of Main Street is exploding, too. So our time is gone already, and it's been really fun talking about all these wonderful things going on in Chattanooga. I want to thank Judah Guitars for helping us be here, the Art Beat of Chattanooga, and see you next week. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for joining me on Hot News Talk Radio, where art lives.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world. News Talk 1240. I'm Larry Daniels from Daniels Insurance. On the average, our customers save $400 a year. We offer retirement vehicles and annuities in addition to other investment products that help you protect your family. Call 423-332-4774.
Listen up, y'all. Ben Phillips, home right more.